And at this time, your next inductor, actually inductors, I should say, Mr. DJ Barron and Johnny Vegas. They will be inducting Sonny Goodspeed.
Great crowd. I'm Johnny Vegas and DJ Barron, and we are here to induct Sonny Goodspeed. They called me in, and Sonny is a good man, was a good man, and he would be missed. So, oh, he's still alive. I'm sorry, he's here with us somewhere. I don't know him, I don't like him, I don't even know if he's a wrestler. They called me, why don't I get Zabisco? Can I get Zabisco? No, he gives me Sonny Goodspeed. Okay, that's fine. Sonny is a good guy. I think we do know him. Actually, we go way back with Sonny. Of course, I'm kidding. He's a great guy. I've known him for about 14 years. Not breaking two mirrors, but we still go way back. It's actually because of him that I'm in this business today, and I'm really grateful to him. He started way back when, and he got me into this business, and forever grateful for that. But it is true a business. As you see, you're surrounded by some great people here, and it's nice to be surrounded by these wonderful people and few people coming out to this great event as well. As we are here to induct some wonderful people into the Hall of Fame, and it is our turn to do Sonny Goodspeed. Again, I've known Sonny for about 15 years or so, and he truly is a fantastic worker. Not only does he know how to bump like everybody else does, but he knows the art of working, and that's something special. He knows how to work a crowd where he doesn't have to kill himself or his opponent, because if you do what he says, you do okay. If you don't do what he says, well, you get kicked in the head. But that's him. That goes with the territory. He's truly a good guy, and I'm honored to be asked to induct him as well as DJ, and I'm sure you have a few words too.
Probably the reason why we're in the business. I'm sorry. Why we I've known him for 30 years. I think that why we became friends is that we love this business so much. We loved it back then. We'd go out after we'd watch it on TV, and the minute it was over, we'd be in the backyard or the playground or wherever. We were Jimmy Snooker, or we were Larry Sabisco, or we were this guy, that guy, beating the crap out of each other. And 2 years later, we're in our early 20s, we're at the Boston Garden, there's a guy walking on the flyers. So you want to be a professional wrestler. And a lot of guys here will probably know who this guy is. Dangerous Donnie Dangerous, The Skull, Congo Boy. And I knew him from growing up, we lived in the same neighborhood. And I'm like, Donnie, what the hell are you doing? He's all over, there's a guy over here, everybody I know is Donnie. It took us half an hour to figure out what he was saying. So we get down to where this guy is, and it's Bruce Acosta, Jeff Costa. And he wants to start training guys. I'm going to build a ring in my backyard, and I want to train some guys. Where are the guys? So a few months later, in his backyard, in the middle of summer, blazing hot, and bumping around in this ring, learning how to wrestle. And a year later, he runs his first show. I know the date to the exact date. It was January 8th, 1994. At a little place in Hudson, New Hampshire called Richard's Catering Hall. It's actually still there, 16, 17 years later. But Sonny wrestled as Captain USA. And at first thought he had won. Jeff used the foreign object, an international object, missed it, and Sonny rolled him up, and as Sonny got rolled up, and tucked the object in Sonny's trunks and jumped up, and Sonny's like, yeah, I won it. I won. The referee comes over, he raises his hand. And Jeff, of course, he's got his trunks, Jeff finds it. That was Captain USA, and that was for about a year. And then he got a chance to get out of the hood and do his own gimmick, which was Crusher Goodspeed. And also some guys that sit right here, Rick Morrison, Maverick Wild, Johnny Vegas, John Callahan. There's a bunch of them. seasons himself, he got better at it. What I remember about Sonny the most is that when he went out there, and those guys went out there, in the dressing room, the boys, everybody tried to find a spot to watch that match. Because they knew they were watching somebody that they could learn from. And if they weren't working with him, then at least I get to go out there and I get to watch him, maybe I'll catch something that Sonny does. And a lot of guys took stuff from Sonny. Sonny would do something, and then a couple weeks later you'd see him somewhere, and the guy would do it before Sonny got to go out there. They'd be doing it, and Sonny would be like, thanks. Then what really got him was he got a chance to work at the beach with John Callahan and Big City Mike, and wrestled with Jeff. They became the Suicide Blondes, and I worked with a lot of great tag teams, the Eliminators, Sammy, the Simones, Eric Watts, a bunch of guys, and really got to see. Had to take some time off, came back, working for Sheldon Goldberg. Did that for a while, worked with Steve Bradley because of WFA. And then took some off, Bob Evans was looking for Sheldon, and he had an idea. So he was starting to work with some of his guys, Paul Lombardi, Rocco Bruce, K. Jordan, Mike Bennett, those guys, and help those guys along with the young kids. They get to learn from the veterans. Got to do that for a while, and then he said, Bob had an idea. I have this idea. Scott Ashworth, I want to make him a tag team. It worked. The Chunky But Funky was born. They all couldn't make the bookings together as a tag team. For me, this is where it comes with me. This guy, I love this guy. He's the best. Bob went to him and said, you guys always keep the bookings. I like to put David involved with it. DJ, he's like, no problem. That to me, something could have very easily said, no, me and Ash are good. I don't need this. Stay with this. They let me come aboard. And that for me, for about 4 or 5 years, we got to do this tag team. And we got to go all over England and do it. It was the funnest time in my life. I loved it. I thought it was the best. We always say this. This is, I'm sure a lot of the guys here think this way. All the halls, the buildings that we were in, we always say, why can't we just rent a hall and just hang out downstairs, and when we're done, don't even run a show, we're just gonna hang out and have a camaraderie and all that stuff. And it's great. It was great. Sonny, I love you. You're my brother.
Great pleasure to induct Sonny Goodspeed into the Hall of Fame.
Hello? Larry, I want to thank you because our match in '79 at Shea Stadium was freaking phenomenal. You and I tore that shit up. Jimmy, you and I, 82 at Madison Square Garden. I remember looking up at you. You remember this? I was laying there. You were on top of the cage and you said, brother. You hit, I won the IC title. You remember that? It was good. Thank you, Joe. Thank everybody for coming out. I'm going to keep this short. Tony Ulysses, I remember watching you on the Battle from Boston. I remember Richard Burns gave you an elbow to the bottom of your foot. You remember that? It was the most miserable thing I've ever seen ever, but it was fabulous. It was fabulous. It was tremendous. So, I just want to thank everybody.